Hello and welcome to our webinar, Anytime, Anywhere Power Monitoring, brought to you by CyberPower. I'm your host, Katie Bavoso from the Channel Company. As we continue to shift into a post-pandemic world, solution providers need to prepare for a distributed workforce to become the norm. That means serving customers and ensuring reliable power anytime and from anywhere. Joining me today to discuss how CyberPower can help partners with this evolution is the company's Director of Applications Engineering, Tim DeRoshi. Welcome, Tim. Good to see you.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for being here. What do you say we get started with segment one?
Sounds good.
All right. Segment one is called An Introduction to CyberPower. So, Tim, very easy first question. For those who don't know, tell me about CyberPower. What is CyberPower and what do you do?
CyberPower has been focusing on power products for over 20 years. That includes UPSs, PDUs, surge protectors, rack enclosures, and devices even like chargers. What really makes us unique, though, is that we're a true manufacturer. And what I mean by that is not only do we design the product, but we own the factories where they're built. So we own the build process, the quality, pretty much everything that occurs between the start of the product and when it gets to our partners. What that allows us to do is give them the best product, the best price, the best warranty, and to top it off, the best service.
Tim, it definitely sounds like a one-stop shop there, but how has the pandemic impacted CyberPower and its partners?
So the pandemic has really accelerated decentralization. Just like our partners, we're working from home, and we need to be able to, be productive, have our equipment work, make sure that there is no downtime, that we're not losing productivity. In doing that, we've had to, really ramp up our processes and make sure that we're getting product out to our partners. So when they're setting up their home offices, they've got power protection. If they need to have communication with their power protection, we've got, our S&MP products. And what's really important is the product that we're about to speak on takes us to another level, especially for decentralized businesses.
What new needs and challenges have your partners expressed to you, and how is CyberPower addressing these needs?
Again, what we're seeing is a huge decentralization of the businesses in that everybody's working from home. Even with the pandemic getting better, we're still seeing the need for companies that are not coming back as quickly, or they're moving to a hybrid model. So they're going to have employees located in several different locations. So not only is it important to get them the hardware and the product out there, it's important for us to give them a means to monitor what's going on with that equipment.
Well, Tim, that brings us into segment two, where we can talk more about that equipment specifically. It's called Modern Problems Require Modern Solutions. And the first question in this segment, what are the PowerPanel Cloud app and PowerPanel Cloud cards, and what do they do? And I just have to say, I'm excited for your explanation of these because from looking at them, they seem really cool.
Yeah, so PowerPanel Cloud is a monitoring application. And it allows you to take a UPS that is cloud enabled and install a card, set up an account, and start monitoring your UPS from anywhere, anytime. With this, you can not only monitor your equipment on a desktop, but now you have an app. So you can go to the Google or Apple stores, download the application, and have it with you anywhere you go. So you're always able to see what's going on with equipment no matter where it's at. As for the cards, this is kind of unique. So today there is cloud connection using RJ45, which is essentially a network card. And we also offer that, and it's very simple to set up. You can literally take your phone and just like taking a picture and follow the simple steps, and you add the card to your account. As for the other card, which is kind of revolutionary for this industry, is we're going to be the first to introduce a wireless card. So now you've got the capability of having your UPS monitored without having to add additional infrastructure. So take POS, for instance. Point of sale, if you're setting up your equipment, typically you got one network connection. That's what the cash register is going to be plugged into. And in order to have your UPS there, which is going to keep your equipment going if you lose power, you can't monitor it because there's no connection. Now with wireless, you can actually set up an access point and connect your UPS and start monitoring it. And it gives you the same functionality as if you were plugging it in with a network cable.
Tim, the solution sounds like it really fills a full range of need, but what about partners who are monitoring multiple locations on the same platform? Does the PowerPanel Cloud app give them this flexibility?
That's a great question, and I'm happy to say the answer is yes. So what's unique about our application is you can set up different areas in groups. So when you set up an account, you're not going to be stuck having a long list of UPSs connected that you've got to sort through. So if you have an office in San Francisco, an office in Chicago, an office in New York City, you're not going to have all those mixed together. What you would do is use the group functionality to set up a group for San Francisco, one for Chicago, one for New York City. And you can even dive down deeper than that. If you got multiple floors at each of these locations, you can set up an individual group for those. You can say New York floor one, New York floor two, whatever you wanted to name it. You got complete flexibility to do that.
And can you give me a demo of how exactly the PowerPanel Cloud app and Cloud Cards work?
Sure. Why don't you take a look at this?
PowerPanel Cloud is a power monitoring application that resides on the cloud. It allows you to monitor your power anytime, from anywhere, from your phone or a mobile device. PowerPanel Cloud has the flexibility of being viewed in both a mobile and desktop app. It features an easy-to-use dashboard showing the status of each connected UPS at a glance. A green status means all is good with the UPS and it's operating on AC power. A yellow status indicates that a power issue has occurred and the UPS is in battery mode. A red status means something serious has occurred, like a fault, and it requires your attention. Finally, if you see a gray status, you know a UPS is not connected and providing information to the app. Use the group feature to organize your connected UPS by business segment, function, or physical location. You can even map out where your UPS are located across the world. With app and email alerts, you can stay on top of power events when they occur. The details page provides information such as input and output power, operation status, estimated runtime, serial number, and more. The device events page shows you what events have occurred and when they happen. The status log will show users the operation of the unit tracked over a selected range of time. PowerPanel Cloud also comes with a desktop app that provides all the information of the mobile app and more. Setup is simple. Just download the app to your phone and set up an account. Then install a cloud card into a compatible CyberPower UPS and follow the instructions to add all your UPS to your account and start monitoring. There are two options for cloud cards, wired and wireless. The wired card connects easily, as simple as using the app and camera on your mobile device to capture the QR code. Our wireless card is the first in the industry, allowing you to connect compatible UPS systems to PowerPanel Cloud with a wireless router. It requires no additional infrastructure. And that's PowerPanel Cloud.
Tim, thank you so much for that demonstration. I think it answered a lot of questions. So let's go into our next segment, segment 3, getting started with the PowerPanel Cloud app. So first question in this segment, how easy or difficult is it to set up and get started using the app?
So setup is actually quite simple. The fastest way to do it is take your phone, go onto either Google Play or the Apple Store and download the app. And once you have the app, you can go and set up an account, it takes you probably less than 5 minutes to set up your account. Once you have an account set up, then you can use your phone to start adding your UPSs. So any UPS that is populated with a card, cloud card, whether it's the wireless or wired card, can be added. The wired card is really simple. It's got a QR code. You just use your phone camera. It takes an image of it and it starts the process of adding it. And what you really have to do after that point is just give it a name. So it's really simple. The wireless card takes a little more work because you got to set up the network for wireless. But overall, the process maybe takes a few minutes longer than the other card. And once you have that, you'll see your UPSs show up typically in a matter of minutes on your account in your monitoring. It's that simple.
Obviously, this app system helps end users, but what kinds of service providers are ideally going to benefit from this?
Even before the pandemic, we were seeing more decentralization and monitoring requirements. And that's part of the reason why we started to develop this application. As we mentioned earlier, the pandemic kind of accelerated that. So it's provided a really good opportunity for us to help our partners. A lot of the businesses that we see really, utilizing this are going to be, the decentralized service providers. So these are the guys and girls who are going to be going out and helping, like several medical clinics throughout a city. They'll typically hire a third party to help them with their IT. This gives them a really simple and really fast solution to set up power monitoring. When they're local like this, if they see an issue pop up, they have the ability to react to it and go take care of the situation. We also see it as an opportunity for businesses that have multiple cities, and maybe they're smaller and don't have as much IT infrastructure. When you typically set up a regular UPS and what's been the typical way to communicate with an SNMP card, it requires a little more expertise. It requires a little more resources, a little more time to handle. Where this solution gives you an alternative of being able to set up, especially for like a remote office where you don't have IT resources, you can set this up and actually have it up and going and connecting to your IT group wherever they're at in a very fast manner.
Absolutely. And of course, we have to talk about value add. So, what does the value add PowerPanel Cloud app and the cloud cards provide for your partners?
Again, as I mentioned just a second ago, it allows our partners to have a fast, easy, and economical way to monitor their product. Again, if you need to have SNMP capabilities, you also need to have some additional technical expertise. So for remote offices, that might not be as easy, or you might have to send somebody out there to set it up and get it going. For POS, you don't really want to do the infrastructure add. You don't want to run lines, Ethernet cable to be able to connect to UPS if you can avoid it, because that's a lot of cost to send out a service tech to do that. So if you're able to connect to a wireless solution, you're able to provide the customer with monitoring without any hassle. And again, like I mentioned, this really gives you a lot of flexibility when you're located all over the country and actually all over the world. So if we have a UPS set up in Taiwan at our remote office there, I can still watch it on my account here. So it gives you a lot of flexibility.
I think people would be really grateful if you saved them an entire trip to Taiwan to be able to check on those systems. So this works out really well for that.
Maybe they want to travel there. Taiwan's pretty nice. I'm going to give them credit.
Well, my last question for you, Tim, is how can those interested get started with the PowerPanel Cloud app?
So to get started, it's quite simple. And actually, we've got a great resource on our website. So if you go to the website and you look up the cloud application, what that'll allow you to do is see what it's about, to figure out what's the best solution for you, whether a wired card or wireless, and pretty much getting any questions you have answered before you start. After that, you can visit one of our many partners and order UPS with the cards, or order the cards if you have existing UPS that can have them installed, and then just go through the process of adding your account and putting UPSs into the account, setting up your groups, whatever you want to do. It's got complete flexibility.
Tim, it really sounds amazing. And I thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about it today. And thank you at home for watching our webinar. That's going to do it for us, but thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Katie Bavoso. Take care.